Hi, this is Lindsay, one of the co-hosts of Beauties and Headcanons. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
This is Bryce Burge, host of Your Soccer Passport here on Public House Media. After this episode, come join us on a trip around the soccer world as we discuss club and country every Tuesday. Stamp your soccer passport by subscribing on Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your Public House Media podcasts. And thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Stop explaining to other people. Your friends don't need it, and your enemies won't listen anyway. Welcome to Choose to Rise. Welcome to Public House Media. I am so glad that you're here with us today. And today I want to talk to you about not having to explain yourself for things that are just who you are and what you do. Have you ever been in a situation where you found yourself explaining things deep down and felt like, I don't need to be explaining this. Why am I trying to defend my life choices? Why do I feel like I need to defend my career? Why do I need to have justification for the decisions I make in my life? You know, looking back on it, I know too that I fall into this trap. We are all wanting to be approved of. We all have things that we want others to, see value in and think highly of us for. And we crave that attention that is, helping us be more understood and supported. And there are just a few things in life that you should really never have to explain. And today I want to go through those things with you. I've got 9 of them for you. 9 things you should really just never have to explain to anyone. And if you have any of these strike your fancy, if any of them are something like, yeah, right, yes, I agree with you. I want you to comment below. I want you to head over to my Choose to Rise. I want you to share this with someone else and tell them about Choose to Rise and this podcast. Screenshotting the podcast, putting it out on your social media, sharing with other people that you're listening to it and that they should listen to it too. That warms my heart, especially when you tag me, KJP Meyer, at KJP Meyer on Instagram, or send me an email at kjpmeyer@gmail.com. That's what I was trying to spit out there. And let me know, what is it that you love about the podcast? What is it that you want to hear more of? How can I help support you? How can I help encourage you? How can I help you rise up out of your current situation and live your best life more? Okay. But let's talk about these 9 things that you don't have to explain to anyone. Number 1 is your dreams. There is no such thing as a stupid dream. Even if it's unconventional, even if it's ambitious, even if it's unique, or just complete opposite of what's happening with the people around you. It's your dream. It's your life. If there's one thing that keeps me going, it's the brutally honest and unapologetically straightforward thing about my dreams. I know where I'm going and I want to get there. And regardless of what happens around with the people around you, you know that if you want to get there, you're going to get there because you've decided to go there. The other thing that goes along with that is don't take advice from people that aren't going where you want to go. Take advice from the people that have gotten where you want to go, and take advice from the people that are on the way with you, because those are the people that are going to help you get there anyway. So, the people that have zero desire to lose the 10 pounds that you want to lose, those aren't the people to take advice from. The people that have never had kids are not the people to take advice from on parenting. The people that have never traveled across the country, the people that have never done whatever it is that you want to do, don't take advice from them. They're not people that are going in the direction that you want to go. So I would say, no matter what your dreams are, live them. Go for them, live them out freely, because it's your dreams. It's your life. You don't have to apologize or defend them. Number 2 is your values. I think living with your values and what you believe in, and there's nothing more amazing and respectful in my mind. I will respect you so much if you follow your values, if you hold them, whether it's your political values, your ethical, your moral, even your spiritual values to yourself. If you don't have any of those things, it's kind of a shallow way to live. If you're just kind of a chameleon that's with everybody, blending with whoever's around you, that's unfortunate for you, because you're really missing out on what the beautiful person and individual that God made you to be. But if you can stand hold to your own values, define what it is about yourself that you love, define in this world what you stand for, define in this world what it is that you will, put your stake in the ground for. Know what those things are and stick with those things. You don't have to defend your thoughts, your feelings, your values to anyone else. You live your life in the best way that you know how. And as you learn more things and as your thoughts change, that's one thing, but blending in with whoever it might be, like having one thought 1 second and a completely different thought another second because somebody else showed up in the room, that's not what we're going for. Behold to your values and don't have to apologize for them. Number 3, your style. Your style is uniquely you. I personally am a jeans and t-shirt kind of girl. I am a leggings and sports bra and tank kind of girl. I like getting into heels and a nice dress, but it's not my day-to-day thing. Whatever your style might be you. You don't have to wear extravagant or head-turning items, bold patterns, or vibrant colors. You don't have to worry about what's happening on the runway or what's happening in the magazine or what the crowd of girls is going to be wearing when they get to wherever you're going. Be you. Don't let the rest of the world deter you from using your fashion style, your comfort level, your personality and aesthetic to show up as the best person that you want to be. Number 4, another thing that you don't have to defend people, you don't have to explain away, is how you spend your money. People love getting nosy and often judgmental about how money situations are handled in friend relationships, neighbors, coworkers, even complete strangers sometimes. It can range from simple, natural curiosity to good old money shaming. But really, we don't need to have any opinion at all about what other people are doing with their money because it's their money. It's their decision. Guess what? That's on them. You worry about you focus on yourself, and you know that other people's opinions don't necessarily matter. Now, there's one person that I do care about the money choice on, and it's my husband, because we're a partnership and we are in this together. And what I make and what he makes and what he spends and what I spend all impact each other greatly. So when it comes to what my neighbor thinks about my income or my coworker thinks about the expensive shoes I just bought, or the extravagant trip that we would take or whatever, you get to decide what you want to spend your money on, what your values are on money, and you get to do that. Number 5 is your living situation. I lived at the dorms during my college. I lived in houses with other people, throughout growing up there. I lived in my own home for a couple years of teaching, and then I moved in with my soon-to-be husband at the time. We were engaged, and then we were married together. You get to decide how that happens for you. You don't have to define or explain or defend anything of your living situation. You get to be who you want to be and live in the lifestyle that you want to live in, whether it's super, simple and minimalistic, or if it's super lavish and whatever. You live in the house, in the dream, in the place that you want to live in, with who you want to live in, and don't have to feel like you have to defend yourself. Be you. Number 6, your career decisions. I struggled with this one a lot way long time ago. I was always climbing the corporate ladder, corporate in the education sense, but I was always looking for the next thing. I thought, okay, I'm going to be a teacher. Okay, great. I'm a teacher. Okay, now what can I do more? Okay, I'm going to get my master's. Okay, now I'm a teacher with a master's, but I really don't, I'm moving up the ladder, the pay scale, but what's next? What's next? And then I moved into administration, and then it was just why am I always chasing something else when deep down I'm really not wanting to go to the next thing professionally? I wanted to just, I want to make an impact, and I can make an impact anywhere. And so it was deep down, I knew I'd never go in. I never really wanted to go into this career ladder type of field, but for a long time, I just couldn't articulate that. And so it was always I'm just searching for the next thing to fill my cup, when really what's filling my cup is what I slowed down and really looked at what it was from my life experiences that I loved, and really looking at the pieces of my life that when I started to put them together as a puzzle, really explained who I was, what I wanted to do, and how I wanted to live my life. I love supporting people. I love encouraging people. I loved, as a teacher, being able to help that student see the light bulb moment, help them learn something new, helps them change their life with it. And then, as an administrator, I loved helping teachers do the same thing with their kids. Now in my career path, now in what I get to do is have that healthy impact, that lifelong impact of health and moving forward in with nutrition and fitness and confidence and mindset and passion around something that's going to have generational impact on taking care of yourself. So whether you're prioritizing your position, your money, your personal life, your freedom, your responsibilities, whatever it might be, walk your own path. You don't have to walk anyone else's. So when you decide that this is what you want to do and you want to do it that way, go do it that way. The seventh thing you don't have to define to anybody or explain away is whether you want to have kids or not want to have kids, whether you want to be married or not want to be married. First comes love, then comes marriage, and then comes the baby in the baby carriage. Have you ever heard that phrase? Yeah, but there are a lot of people that take that different path. The path that we took was love, marriage, baby. But I don't necessarily judge other people for getting them, moving them around out of order, right? You do you. Love is the first and foremost thing. If you're in love, if you have a responsible relationship where you're able to take care of whatever you bring along, that's the most important piece. But don't worry about what other people think of your life choices. That's on them. What I love most about one of the quotes from my favorite books, You're a Badass, from Jen Sincero, is that she always says that someone else's opinion is none of your business. That only belongs to them and has nothing to do with you. And what other people have wrong with you are things that are not of your nature. So don't focus on them, focus on you. And the number 8 is forgiving and moving on. Both of these are perfectly legitimate choices as it comes to fate in personal relationships. We've been in a situation where you're faced one choice or the other. We've been treated unfairly, or we have an experience where someone hurts us. Sometimes we're able to forgive, and sometimes we just hold on to it. Sometimes the only choice left is to move on and forget it. But this is exactly the type of deeply personal choice that no one should have to ever interfere with. You are the only one who knows how deep that wound is or whether there's a way to go back. You are the only one that gets to decide whether you let it go or you hold on to it. I would encourage you to let it go. You holding on to the piece of shame or doubt or discouragement or whatever it might be that's holding you back, when you can let go of that and release it. And I'm not saying like you have to keep engaging with the person. I'm just saying let go of it because it's holding you down. Let go of those rocks so you can flow on up to the top of the surface, right? So, but you don't have to defend that. If you want to hold on to it a little bit longer, you do you, babe. And then the last one, number 9, what makes you happy? As long as you remain morally and legally acceptable in your space, make sure whatever you're doing is making you happy and not with what anyone else says or does. And I hope that one of these 9 things today has helped you, has helped to encourage you, what makes you happy, whether you're moving on or forgiving, whether you're getting married or not having babies, whether your career decision is, where your living situation, how you spend your money, your style, your values, and most importantly, your dreams. Please know that what other people think is none of your business and that you don't have to explain anything away to anybody. And, if you stop explaining things to other people, your friends don't need to hear the explanation and your enemies aren't going to listen to you anyway. So don't waste the time, don't waste the energy, and focus on who you want to be and go out and do it. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you want to connect with me more, head over to choosetoriseup.com. I love hearing from my listeners. I love connecting with other women who want to live fit, who want to live well, who want to rise up out of their current situation and live their best life. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you have a fabulous day and see you again here soon.